Section 8 of Collected Poems, 1901 to 1918, by Walter De la Mare. Read for LibriVox.org by Brett Hirsch. Goliath. Still as a mountain with dark pines and sun he stood between the armies, and his shout rolled from the empyrean above the host. Bid any little flea have come forth, and wince at death upon my fingernail. He turned his large-boned face, and all his steel tossed into beams the luster of the noon, and all the shaggy horror of his locks rustled like locusts in a field of corn. The meager pupil of his shameless eye moved like a cormorant over a glassy sea. He stretched his limbs and laughed into the air, to feel the groaning sinews of his breast, and the long gush of his swollen arteries pause, and, nodding, wheeled, towering in all his height. Then, like a wind that hushes, gazed and saw, down, down, far down upon the untroubled green, a shepherd boy that swung a little sling. Goliath shut his lids to drive that mote which vexed the eastern azure of his eye out of his vision, and stared down again. Yet stood the youth there, ruddy in the flare of his vast shield, nor spake nor quailed, gazed up, as one might scan a mountain to be scaled. Then, as it were, a voice unearthly still cried in the cavern of his bristling ear, "His name is Death." And like the flush that dyes Sahara to its lifeless verge, his brow's bright brass flamed into sudden crimson, and his great spear leapt upward lightning-like, shaking a dreadful thunder in the air, spun betwixt earth and sky, bright as a berg that hoards the sunlight in a myriad spires, crashed and struck echo through an army's heart. Then paused Goliath, and stared down again, and fleet-foot Fear from rolling orbs perceived, steadfast, unharmed, a stooping shepherd boy, frowning upon the target of his face. And Wrath tossed suddenly up once more his hand, and a deep groan grieved all his strength in him. He breathed, and lost in dazzling darkness, prayed, besought his reins, his gloating gods, his youth, and turned to smite what he no more could see. Then sped the singing pebble messenger, the chosen of the Lord from Israel's brooks, fleet to its mark, and hollowed a light path down to the appalling babble of his brain. And like the smoke of dreaming Soufrier, dust rose in clouds spread wide, slow silted down, softly, all softly, on his armor's blaze. End of recording.